Welcome to the Coach's Corner. I'm Mike Van Hooser. Today I want to talk to you about 3 things that are getting in the way of you succeeding and performing at your best in sports, business, or life, and a couple of things that you can do about that. So we're going to jump right into the content. The 3 things are this: comparing yourself to others, tying your identity to your performance, and having a fixed mindset. Comparing yourselves to others. We talked about this on the audio podcast of our Monday Morning Moments segment, and we'll put a link to that in the show description. But it's interesting because we often do that. And I talk to so many students about this, but I also talk to adults, and we compare ourselves to other people. I've been in coaching sessions where people say that I think about what other people are doing. I think about their talents. I think about how much they're practicing and how I need to practice more, and asking me, why do I do that? Why do I compare myself to other people, and how do I make it stop? And I think that can get in the way of being present and really enjoying who we are and what we get to do each day. And social media just exacerbates this because we see everybody's best version of themselves, and we compare our worst version of ourselves to their best version of themselves and their best days. And it gets in the way of being present, and we also don't realize that they're going through issues just like we are and have struggles and challenges and all kinds of things to deal with just like we do as well. But we often think that other people don't deal with the same things that we deal with and have those same challenges. So what we said on the audio podcast was to basically do 2 things instead when you're comparing yourselves to other people. And that's 1, celebrating who you are. Celebrating, how you're wired, how you were created, the strengths, gifts, and talents that you have, and the opportunities every day that you get to enjoy kind of who you are and the impact that you have. You were created for a purpose, and walking into that and celebrating who you are is a key thing to replace comparing yourself to other people. A second thing that you can do to stop comparing yourselves to other people is to champion those people. Encourage them, celebrate their successes, champion when they do well. And it gives us a spirit of gratefulness and an abundance mentality. We don't have a scarcity mentality of there are only so many awards to go around, or there are only so many championships or great days to be won. We can champion them and their accomplishments, but also strive to and compete to do our best. And when we do that, we give up that hold of the scarcity mentality and a win-lose mentality as far as wanting other people to do well. Again, we're competing against somebody. We want to do our best, and the goal is to win that championship or to win that game or match or win that competition. But we can also have an encouraging attitude and an encouraging spirit, and when we give that up, it allows us to be our best and stop comparing ourselves to other people. The second thing that I see that basically gets in the way of us performing at our best is when we tie our identity to our performance. And I think it's really important to think about, where do you get your identity from? Is it kind of an if-then mentality? If I make this shot, then I'll feel good about myself. If we win this game, I'll feel good about myself. If we accomplish this goal, then I'll feel good about myself. But if I don't do those things, if I don't make this shot, if I don't win that game, if I don't accomplish my goals, then I'll feel bad about myself. And I meet with a lot of people who tie their identity to their performance. And I think we can all do that, whether it be sports or business or life, and thinking about that, and we operate out of this math equation that we've talked about many times on this podcast and on our website as well, about identity equals performance plus the opinions of others. And so we tie our identity to how we did and what the opinions of others are for us and what we perceive that those opinions are. And I think when we do that, we're operating out of a outside-in approach to confidence. We're trying to tie our identity to an outside-in approach and thinking about if we do this, if we accomplish this, then we'll feel good about ourselves. And we have to make sure that we don't operate from that if-then mindset, but it's really a because of. And I think that's the thing that we do. We don't tie our identity to performance. We tie it to who we are because of the preparation we've done, because of the friends and family and faith that we have. Then we'll feel good about ourselves. I can step out onto the field or onto the court with confidence when it's because of the people in my court, the people that are backing me, the people that have supported me, have invested in me, and because of the preparation and all of the practice that I've done to practice this shot many, many times, because of that confidence, I'm going to step out on the field with confidence because of the preparation that I've done. So changing that equation from if then to because of is really important, and making sure that we don't tie our identity to whether we make a shot or not. And it's so important that we tie our identity to a bigger purpose. And for me, that begins with faith. It begins and ends with faith. And tying my identity to who I am and how I've been created and who God is in my life is allowed me to make sure that I'm tying my identity to that. And then it allows me to unleash my best in everything that I do. And I have so many athletes and people that I work with where they tie their identity to their faith and then who they are in that position and in God, and making sure that they know who they are. It helps them with their identity and make sure that they're not tying their identity to accomplishments, but to a deeper identity, and they feel that within themselves. I think also the third thing, a way that we can get mixed up and mess ourselves up and not compete and not be able to bring our best self to competition is when we operate from a fixed mindset. And I see that with so many athletes today. I think that and even students and people I meet with as well, is that we fix our talent level to a certain ceiling. And we don't have a growth mindset about who we are and what we can accomplish. And so what that looks like a lot of times is that we don't put time and effort into practicing more because we feel like our talent level is fixed, and we don't think that we can get better or grow in our development. And because of that, we think that practice doesn't make sense, that we think that it gets back to the comparison. We compare ourselves to people who have greater talent and think people who accomplish their goals, it's because of their talent level and not because of their work ethic. And we mess that up because we think about, that work doesn't go into their success and their progress. And so we encourage our athletes to be process oriented. We want to make sure that they're focused on the process to get better every day, to maximize their talent, to accomplish their goals. And when we're focused on the process and when we're focused on process oriented things, that helps us to have a growth mindset. And then we're able to more achieve our goals. We're able to walk into our best performances because we know of the preparation and practice that we've done. And so we've got to make sure that we're focused on those things, having a growth mindset, tying our identity to more than just our accomplishments and an end result because of the preparation we've done. And then making sure that we're celebrating who we are and not comparing ourselves to others. So whether you think about any aspect of life, whether it be sports, business, or life, I want you to be thinking about those things. Are you comparing yourselves to other people? Are you tying your identity to your performance? And are you operating out of a fixed mindset? And how can you shift that thinking to make sure that you're operating out of a growth mindset, that you're not tying your identity to your performance, and that you're celebrating who you are and enjoying the moments that you have in your life? And I think this will help you get out of the way of inhibiting your performance and be active and engaged in the way of accelerating your performance and enjoying the opportunity that you have every day to make an impact with your life, to bring true greatness. As my friend and mentor David Cook says, that we have selfless exceptionalism, that we excel and we try to pursue our best with the goal of inspiring others to do their best as well and to lead and impact others. So think about these concepts today. Think about what, maybe one of these things that might be getting in the way of your performance, and think about some of the techniques and tactics and principles that we've talked about that will help you become your best. As always, make the most of the moments in your life and make it a great week.